Hey, good afternoon, everybody. It's time for my favorite Comic Art Live panel that we do every show with my favorite artist, Paolo Rivera, and his rep, Mark Hayes. So let me bring these two gentlemen into this little shindig we got going on here. Hey, Paolo, you know you're my favorite. You know that.
You missed I'm your favorite rep, Bill. I didn't hear that
say
part.
that. I admitted that just to see what you would say when you came on camera. I know. You're feeling left out. So how you been, Paolo? It's been a while.
It's been a while. Yeah, I only step out of my cave for Comic Art Live. That's about it.
And your kids.
But things have been going pretty well.
I like to hear that. You know, I ended up buying my own tool cabinet to put art in. So, after seeing you with those amazing, I didn't get the red, the red style. I got it's all black with a hardwood top on it. But after seeing those for so many times, man, I'm like, I got to get one for myself. So I have it.
Yeah, I mean, it's the best bang for your buck. I actually just bought a topper for, I had like the smaller tool chest. They don't make the wood toppers for that, but I had one custom made and it looks so nice because I needed something for my printer to set on and it looks a lot nicer with that wood top.
It does. Yeah. I've got my printer scanner sitting on top of mine. I mean, it's a conversation piece now too. But you're right.
Nice.
You can buy flat files. I mean, you get a flat file that's the same size, it's going to cost you like 3 times what that tool cabinet's going to cost you.
Exactly.
All right. Well, so here we are. This is the 9th one I think we've done. You missed one year probably because you had some important family matter to attend to. But other than that, you've been the most consistent guest we've had on Comic Art Live. So I appreciate you doing this again.
Yeah, it's my pleasure. It's always fun to be here.
It's fun to have you with us, Mark, as well. Just I didn't want you to feel left out.
Yeah. I'm used to you leaving me out. It's been a part of our friendship over the last 22 years. So
that is true. But
he's my favorite art dealer.
I think we're going to make some T-shirts for OAX that says "I'm your favorite art dealer." Would you wear that if I printed some up, Mark? What do you think? That's a no. Okay. All right. I'll figure out something better, something more that you would wear. But hey, we can tell everybody, Paolo, you're coming to OAX, right?
Yes, I will be there. I might have a child in tow. We'll see. But my parents, they live not too far away in Daytona Beach, and we had such a great time last time. So I'll definitely be there again. Yeah, it's the only show I do now, basically.
Hey, I appreciate that. I mean, it's and it works out well. I mean, will we see Joe while OAX is going on? Will he make it over to the show?
He better be there.
Okay.
He better be.
Well, I hadn't. I got to update the OAX website after we're all done here because I didn't have you or Joe up on there as our guests yet. Now we can make it.
Yeah, I don't know if he'll be there in like an official capacity, but I would like him to. Well, but we'll see. I'll talk to him and see how he's feeling.
Did he enjoy the show? Because I outside of saying hi to him and waving at him a couple of times, I never got a chance to talk to him at all.
No, he loved it, and both of us were just really impressed with how well it all went and what a great feel it had. I had friends come in and they loved the show. Like it was just everything was perfect, and it felt like one of the old school shows because it was just so, comic art focused. Like what more could you ask for? I mean, I know Mark doesn't always love the cosplay. I like seeing cosplay, but I also don't miss it when the focus is just on comic art.
Cosplay is great, except when you're at San Diego or New York, where it fills the aisle and nobody can come to your booth to purchase.
Yes, no, I completely understand.
That's the only part of cosplay that I am not the biggest fan of.
I mean, one of the first San Diegos that I met you at, if I don't remember, there was you and Mitch were sitting together and you guys painted some cosplayers. I've got photographic proof of that. Do you remember that?
I also have proof that has since been deleted. Yes.
All right. Well, I won't share them with you and I won't put them on my socials. And if I did, I won't tag you. Okay. I promise. But see, Mark, you didn't mind it then when there was this throng of people at the corner because that drew a pretty big crowd. You might not have. Well, okay, I'm not going to say that, but that was a large crowd. There was a lot of people hanging out watching Paolo and Mitch paint that day. It's got nothing to say. All right. Well, so we should let everybody know we've got some art pieces that we're going to be auctioning off this afternoon. It's going to be fun. I teased a few of them on Thursday night on my CAF update, I think. So people have seen a few of the pieces, and I know you're going to be working live on one of them or maybe two of them today, because I know one's almost finished and one's
I'm going to switch my camera around so you guys can see. All right, you can see my board, right?
Yes.
Yep.
All right. Yeah, I mean, you guys want to take it away? I'll just start inking.
You got it. So Mark, what else you keeping from me about OAX? You bringing anybody else?
Just the ones that we've talked about. Other than I don't know what you all have posted yet. Moritat.
Mm-hmm.
So his studio mate Brian Tees, I don't think we have officially mentioned, but it looks like he should be coming as well. Herman Peralta, you've already mentioned, is coming. Maxi Dallo again, which everyone really loved his stuff last year, and Maxi's continuing to do great stuff, and he's got some upcoming gigs that maybe we'll be able to talk about by then as well. So
yeah,
cool
it was really nice meeting him this year. Yeah, he was great.
Now, sorry, I'm just going through here, but
anyone else you want to fly in of my guys, Bill, we can talk. I'd be happy to get some Argentinian guys flown in and some Spanish guys.
Yeah. Why do you've got the whole international crew, and you're based in Texas? It's an interesting set of artists that you have.
Yeah, everyone thought I was international, but I'm not.
Right, exactly. You have the most international sounding name of all of Maxi Dallo.
Exactly.
In Texas, isn't he? Is still nearby you, Mark?
Well, yeah. He lives 10 minutes down from my comic book store, but he's from Argentina. He just moved last year because his wife got a job over here. It worked out great for both of us. So, he comes in the shop like every other week, pretty much. I get to see him more than any of my other artists.
Well, that's good for you. Chuck Arnold says Sean Phillips ? Yeah, that would be one of the ones that Mark would like me to fly in. Of course, Sean's a great guy. I haven't seen Sean since the first San Diego I went to, which was, I don't even know when that was, 2003, Mark. It was a long time ago.
Yeah, I'm seeing Sean in 2 weeks.
That's what
we are doing Singapore Comic Con together with his son Jacob Phillips and Trevor Hairsine and myself. So super excited about that. Anyone in that area, come to the show.
There you go. Monkey God 2024. Can't wait to meet you at the Singapore Comic Con, and hopes that one day Paolo could make it to the show.
We'll talk to the people there and see what we can do. It's a matter of getting Paolo out of his house is the biggest problem. We've got some other places we could take Paolo, but we've got to talk to his wife first.
Yeah, if you can convince her and turn it into a Taiwan trip with the kids, then I'm golden.
You never know what you can work out with some promoters, right? It's anything is possible. So yeah, well, that's cool, man. I mean, is this the first time you're going to Singapore for a show? I don't remember you traveling that a distance like that in the past. I know you've been to Como a few times, but I don't recall Singapore. Are you having audio issues, Mark?
Yeah, I'm having problems hearing you. Cutting in and out.
I can do sign language if that'll help.
Yeah, at least you didn't say I'm number one, so we're good.
See, I reserved that for you, so you did it. You did it for me. But it's after 12 on a Sunday, so you can do that all you like. And as Nick Perucci said, everybody should give us a thumbs up, right? Thank you, Nick. We got 65
Hi, Nick.
people.
Thanks, Nick. Looking forward to seeing you at OAX, Nick.
Yeah, I think Nick's going to be there. He should be there. I haven't had a chance to talk to him about OAX, but I think he's been talking with Kazra about it. So yeah, it's everything's shaping up. Lots of fun things going on, and we're going to have upgrades all around. I think we didn't really promote the galleries that we had last year, but we're going to do a much better job with those this year. And yeah, it's going to be great. And we've got more announcements coming out in a later panel. I think at 3 o'clock, we're going to be talking about some of the illustration related guests that we've got coming in that I think everybody's going to be pretty happy to see, and just checking out different artwork that you might not see at a regular Comic-Con. We'll be at, what is it again? 3 o'clock today. Tatiana and Kazra talking about OAX, and we kind of like made the other one be IAX, or Illustration Art Expo. So, but anyway, so yeah, it's gonna be good. They have that whole Marvel Magic the Gathering stuff going on right now. So a lot of the illustration artists that I've worked with in that book project that I do are kind of crossing over and getting exposed to people who collect comic art, and it's fun. So we're going to use OAX as kind of a gateway to hopefully bring in a few different sets of collectors that maybe don't collect comic art because they're coming here for the illustration art. We'll turn them on to comic art and vice versa. And yeah, let's just grow the collecting base. And at the end of the day, that it's a win for everybody. So yeah. Mikhail's giving himself a title. All right. So I don't know. So do we want to auction off one of the pieces to kind of get things started? I mean, we only have 55 minutes today because I have another panel to do right after this. But Kazra could start it with Matt DiTullio, I think. But
okay, sounds good. I can
that.
hear you for a moment, so let's do it while I can.
All right, now you're going to have to let us know the sizes, and we didn't even talk about starting bids on stuff like we usually do, did we?
Yeah, I mean, I think 250 is what we've been using as the opening for the 4x6s.
Yep, that makes sense to me. Well, Matt, Grizzle wanted to let Paolo know that the lantern is looking great.
Oh,
yeah, he doesn't do a whole lot of DC, it seems like, in these panels. So this will be a couple pieces today.
I usually try and do a theme, and I've been doing a lot of X-Men this year, and I just realized I really wanted to do I wanted some stickers. So I make, where are they? I don't know where I put them. I make the little head stickers, and I realized I didn't have a Batman one, so I really wanted to do that.
What do you do with these stickers?
I just whenever anyone buys like a print or something, I just throw it in there. Yeah,
incentives.
They're not. Yeah, they're not nothing big, but that's why I do these headshots, because I'm kind of like growing my sticker collection. And I don't sell the stickers. It's just like if you buy a print, I include it.
You should put one on a sheet and then sell the sheets, Paolo. One of each one you've done.
This is why.
So do we want to start the Batman then?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, Paolo show it, and then I've got the scan. I can show it as well. But yeah, I can just go full screen practically. That's really nice.
Do we need to give our normal lag warning, Bill?
Yeah, let's let everybody know that right where Paolo's name is if you're on YouTube, there's a live button. And we want you to click the live button because that'll get you up to speed as close as you can to real time with everybody else who's watching the stream. So that's how you have a chance to win one of these auctions. Don't snipe. Don't wait till the last second thinking you're going to outsmart us, because we're 5 seconds in the future. So we are 5 times smarter than you right now. We prefer you to put your bids in early rather than late, because when we call it, it's over. And so you gotta just put your bids in early and make us all happy. You don't want to walk away from the show sad that you didn't get a piece of artwork that you wanted to get. How's that sound, Mark? Did I leave anything out?
Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Well, here I'll pull the slide up that I made, and I saw that Nick threw in a 250 blind opening bid, because no matter what it is, he knows that when Paolo's working on it, it'll be great. So Nick Ferrucci, awesome. Thank you for getting us started.
Oh wow, thanks, Nick.
Was I early enough? You were early enough, Nick. Trust me, we appreciated it. But yeah. So, well, for me, I don't mind that you work on Marvel stuff all the time, and I certainly don't mind that you've done a lot of X-Men characters and these and the auctions that we've done with you here on Comic Art Live. But you gotta do give a little bit of love to the DC fans every once in a while.
Yeah, I mean, this year I did 6 issues, 6 covers for Bizarro. That was a lot of fun. Superman, Bizarro, and Brainiac. So I do try and do a little bit. I was talking to
Yeah.
DC about doing a piece, doing some actual comic work for next year, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to swing the schedule. Like we're always talking, trying to figure out something, but it always just comes down to me, and I'm just scared of deadlines. So in the end, I what I'm really looking for is kind of my own project where, I'm not afraid of work. I'm afraid of deadlines. And so I try to, what I'm trying to do is make up my own like self-contained story. And that's always a tough sell because it's just so open-ended, and just have to make all that work, especially when they're already spinning a lot of plates trying to keep the monthlies going.
Right. So they want to work with you. It's just a question of finding the right project.
Yeah. It's like, it's always just a kind of give and take. So I'm talking to them, I'm talking to Marvel, just trying to come up with something.
So we have 250 from Nick. I don't think anybody else has jumped in yet. But we are live on this, and I'm not sure how much time we're going to give, but
Is there a
you guys
minimum?
want to throw your bids in?
Antonio, we just don't make them dollars. We like $25 increments is fair.
25.
We can kind of cut to the chase earlier, and get us to where everybody else taps out, but the one person who wants it the most. So there we get some bids. Thank you to Jiggy and Suzaruzo. I'm probably butchered that name, but Suzaruzo is got the high bid at $325. Thank you.
Oh wow, thank you. And hi, Jiggy.
Surprised you didn't go with Superman instead of Green Lantern to have World's Finest up in here.
Well, the thing is, I wanted something like with Superman on a sticker. It's tough because it's just his, it's just a good-looking guy with black hair. So I'll probably do one eventually, but for this one, I wanted to get Green Lantern done. I almost did a Flash, but I'll do that next time.
Or you could Flash, do a Bizarro world.
Yeah, Nick Ferrucci loves the Flash, so he would be in on that one.
Nice.
Yes, and a Green Lantern too. But all right, well, Suzaruzo's got the high bid at $325. We'll say 15 seconds if we don't get another bid. And remember, that's 10 seconds for you guys because, again, we're in the future. You're not. But if we don't get another bid in the next few seconds, we'll call this one at $325.
Yeah, so we just need to let people know that once they are the winner, they need to email me at splashpageart@gmail.com. If you'll we'll put that in the chat. So I can get your address and information and work things out.
Is that what it is? I have a pre-made one that says Mark at Splash Page Art, but
that one works as well. But sometimes gets hung up with watching the bids go. Hung up with spam filters and stuff. So all right. So did we call this yet, Bill? Where are you at?
375 right now. And again, I'll say, let's just say 15 seconds. But what was the email you want me to make into a banner? It was splashpageart@gmail.com.
You can do the Mark at splashpageart. If you don't, if you have that ready to go, you can just do that one. That's fine.
Okay. All right. Well, we're at 375, and I think I'm not seeing another bid come in, so I think we can call this one for Suzaruzo.
All right.
I'm gonna say I should say it a different way a couple times. That just proves that I am inept at pronouncing handles here. All right. See, Nick says he would do a $400 opening bid if Paolo did a Flash. So there, I have a feeling that you should make a note of that for next May when we come back for Comic Art Live.
Done. But which?
A witch flash. That's a good. That yeah. Well,
there's a million of them.
Yeah, I think he's a Barry. What isn't? I always forget Nick's handle on Comic Art Fans, but he literally has like the first name of every character whom he super appreciates. Where is that? Isn't it like Nick Barry? Gosh, I can't even. I'm not gonna find it right now. I don't want to slow us down here, but all right, we've got we got that one done. So first one's down. Barry Allen. Yes, I got it.
Awesome.
So yeah, it's $375 to Susan Russo. Mark Hay was confirming that. So all right,
thank you very much.
That's the handle. Nick has Barry, Matt, Hal, Namor. So there you go. Those four. Nick is all in. All right, we'll move on to the next one. You said you do X-Men every now and again, so we got a couple of X-related characters here to show off. So we'll start this one bidding starting at $250 as well.
Yep.
Oh wait, do you have it in hand? Here, actually, yeah,
yep.
It's better when you show it off first.
Yes, and you guys should bid strong on this because it's Paolo's son's name. So surprised this actually ended up for sale. Although Bishop probably has plenty of Bishop illustrations around, I have a feeling.
So did you need a sticker? Is that what it boiled down to?
Yeah, I mean that's kind of like that's why I do all these. I love the little head stickers. I give them out to kids, and because my kids and their friends, like, they're not really super into comics, but like everybody loves the stickers, so it's just fun.
You better watch it, Paolo. Collectors are gonna find out what neighborhood you guys live in, and then hit up all the kids in the neighborhood. You're like, hey, do you have one of Mr. Rivera's illustrations?
Yeah, that's
all the kids are running around with $250 bills in their pocket.
He's asking you a question mark about stuff, but do you give these out as in Halloween with some candy? You could slip in some of your stickers in there.
I've thought about it, but the way our neighborhood is, we usually head out to another neighborhood, so we just leave candy outside, and then we go across town. Because our neighborhood it's very hilly and no sidewalks, so it's just a bad place for kids to be walking around in the dark.
So you don't want to. You turn your lights off and you move along.
Yeah, right? It honestly is a little dangerous.
Well, we haven't got a bid yet on this, everybody. This will end up in Mark's Comic Art Live booth, or it'll be up on Splash Page Art after the show. So we'd like to see you place a bid, and if you don't, you know what happens. It'll go to the website. Oh, David Wasserman has jumped in. Thank you, David. There we go. We got a $250 bid.
Oh, thank you.
I think he's a fan of Superman based on that avatar. Mark A making exceptions for clients, for good clients.
Well, I've known Chiggy for almost as long as I've known you, Bill. So
that is true. All right. Well, David Wasserman is our high bidder at $250.
Now, if it was Nick, it'd be an absolute no. That's a joke, Nick.
Yeah. Man, number one Marvel fan's trying to get a caravan going down to OAX. He said, anyone going to OAX from North Carolina, we can rent an 8-person travel van and go together. Yeah, hire a driver. You could have an open bar in the back of the van. I mean, it'd be perfect.
Sounds like something you need to talk to Kazra about.
As long as there's no liability, I'm all for people doing their own thing. So that's a good idea. Yeah, it could be a travel party. Exactly, Tom. So all right, well, if we don't get another bid in 15 seconds, we're going to call this one for David at $250.
I'm afraid it'll be hard for artists to sketch on the bus, but yeah, you can try.
That's very true. Well, there's a lot of collectors in North Carolina. I mean, I could actually see them doing that, trying to find a way to get together. And if you have a big enough space, I mean, there's a few people who are setting up, I think, that are from North Carolina as well. So, you can use the space, throw some tubs of art in there, and really make it fun. All right, we're calling this one for David. $250. Thank you, David.
Awesome. Thank you, David.
I'm making my notes here. So the next one is the kitty piece that I only have the pencils, so I don't have the finished piece on this. I know that I saw it earlier. Paolo, you were showing that off. So if you could show us that.
It's almost done.
Wow. Looking good.
Yeah, I was live streaming this a little bit last night, but I didn't do the shadow because the shadow is it's tough to do with the watercolor while talking to people. So, but it's almost done.
That's awesome. How are you gonna make a sticker out of that? You're gonna have that's gonna be
that is a tough one. That's the thing with the stickers, and that's what I was saying with Superman. You have to be. It only works with certain characters,
Mm-hmm.
And it actually, anyone with long hair, it's kind of difficult to like squeeze them in there.
Right.
Catwoman's good, but like I think I did a Jean Grey, and there was just like no way I could fit it all in there.
We got it. Josh has a $300 bid. It's okay, man. I get it. And Monkey God came in with the same bid like a half a second later. So okay, we're up to 325 on the kitty. I'll show the image I got early on, which was just the pencil version, so we can know which piece we're all bidding on here. But currently, Monkey God 2024 is the top bidder at 325. You could like hand deliver that to Monkey God basically if they're going to be meeting you at in Singapore. I don't know if Mark does that sort of thing though. So you have personalized hand service, white glove.
Yeah. I've got several pieces that I'm delivering to Singapore. The only problem is I'm leaving for Japan next weekend, and Paolo would have to get it to me before then. Would be the only complication. But anything I have here with me, sure, anybody can purchase, and I will bring it to Singapore, unless it's an oversized painting that won't fit in luggage. But yes, I have several customers who live in Singapore that I'm bringing artwork for, and commissions too. I've got, Sean and Jacob, Trevor all took, pre-list commissions. So you can still order for those guys if you're coming and aren't on the list yet.
There you go. So anybody who's watching from Singapore live or after the show, pick something up from Mark at splashpageart.com, and he will hand deliver it to you at the Singapore Comic-Con.
Yeah, it'd be pretty late.
You won't ticket to Singapore Comic-Con though. You have to have that on your own.
Yep. Yeah, it's 2 or 3 in the morning right now, I think, in Singapore. So I don't know what it is for Jiggy, but I'm sure it's a late morning if we have anyone from there.
Yeah. All right, well, we're at 325. Monkey God 2024 still is the high bidder. So if we don't get another bid in the next 15 seconds, we will call it for Monkey God. 2:30 a.m. says Jiggy. Sorry, Jiggy. I wish we could be on your
Thanks for staying up.
Yeah, well, I don't know if he slept. We had a show with him at 9 p.m. Eastern yesterday that went for a couple hours. And he's probably on fumes right now. But all right, we're going to call this one for Monkey God at 325.
And I'd like to buy it for $350, but I will stay out of it.
I know how that feels, man.
Yeah.
I picked up a piece last night while I was in a stream. I was just like, all right, I'm in on this one. So I broke my own rules for once. But we're going to do the Green Lantern next. I mean, I know you're still working on that one, Paolo. But or should we maybe? Do you want to save that for later? Because I don't know how much work you're going to get done in the next 25 minutes on it to kind of give people a better idea. But I think, everybody who knows your work can envision what this.
He's going to have brown hair, light skin, and a green mask.
Exactly. The handsome man.
Not many surprises here.
That's right. So, all right. Well, we'll go ahead. We're going to do the Green Lantern piece now too. And
okay, so we've called it for Monkey God 2024 at 325.
All right, and I can show my unfinished piece here just to remind everybody what they are bidding on while we're doing this. So $250 open bid, and these are on 4x6. Is that right? I always forget.
Yes,
Yeah.
everything is 4x6 except for the Sentinel.
Got
Yeah,
it.
and a thick illustration board.
Yep.
Oh, Nick, there we go.
Yeah,
See,
I was going to say, DC people, this is a rare opportunity. So who knows when we'll see another DC piece.
All right. Well, I think we're going to do a Barry Allen Flash in May.
Okay.
But this is Nick getting, he's going to collect all of his namesakes, I think, starting with this one. Well, the opening bid was $250. Nick Barucci has come in at $400 because he really liked this one.
Awesome.
Oh, wow.
Thanks, Nick.
Thanks, Nick. I remember at last Orlando Art Expo, Nick knows how to run an auction.
That is true. Cut to the chase. Oh, well, he actually just got outbid by Susan Russo at $425.
All right. Way to go.
Yeah. Well, Nick's a busy guy these days. All the different IPs he's working with. I don't know how he keeps it all straight, but hey, it's a good time to be the champion of Dynamite. All the different projects he's got going on over there. Kickstarter's running.
Yeah.
He's working with the Powerpuff Girls. The boys. I mean, man, what else has he got? Thundercats.
Thundercats. Yes.
Exactly, man. There's a lot of good stuff going on over there. But we're at $425 with Susan Russo. Oh, and Nick Barucci's thrown a $500 bid in there for Hal. Thank you very much, Nick.
Nick actually gave me my very first job in comics.
Really? What was that?
Yeah. It was a Mystique sculpture.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
My speaker cut out there. What was your very first job in comics, Paolo?
The Mystique sculpture I did for.
Okay.
Yeah. Was it Dynamic Forces?
Susan Russo, I'm afraid we are doing $25 increments. So if you want in for $525, you can. But Nick is at $500 right now.
No, is that the way we're going? Okay, you got it, man. I was actually trying to Google a Mystique Paolo Rivera statue because I wanted to see it.
Yeah. I mean, it's old. It's I think it came out in like 2005. I can't remember. I was working on it in 2002, 2003.
I think I found it. Let's see here. Okay, Nick is at $600 now, but I'm going to hide this because I want to see is that the image right there? I don't know.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. The first gig for Paolo was through Dynamic Forces. That's awesome.
So, Nick, do you have a copy of that statue in your collection?
He should. Here, let me get that slide back up there. But how did that work out then? I mean, did you reach out to them? Or did they reach out to you?
Well, Joe Quesada put me in contact with Nick. So, I was trying to get a gig at Marvel, but I think Nick just got there first. And so, the stuff I did for Marvel came out first, but as far as like what I first started working on, it was actually Mystique.
Well, this is
that's kind of it's kind of what kept me away from 3D because I worked on it and finished it, but then it was years before it came out. Whereas with comics, like you turn it in and 2 weeks later it's on shelves.
Nick says he wasn't able to keep a copy of it. Well, they're out there. So we're at $625 now with Susan Russo.
All right. Wow. Giving Nick a run for his money.
Yes, indeed. We'll see if Nick comes back in or not, and if not, we're getting close. Jiggy knows a thing or two about picking up artwork from Paolo on these shows too. All right, Nick is bowing out right now. $625 to Susan Russo. Since the two of them were going at it, I'm going to assume that we're not going to get another bid in the next 10 seconds, and if that's true, we will give this one to Susan Russo at $625.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Nick never gives up. He's in it for it's not the short game for him. He's in it for the long haul. He'll get one of these days. But congrats to Suzaruzo for getting this one at 625, and you'll get to see him working on it. Another plus. So I actually have the Sentinel one as the next piece. So before we, I guess when we show it, we can talk about the size difference, and Mark, you'll have to tell me what we want to start the bidding at on it as well. If Mark is
sorry, I was checking. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm fine starting at 250, but up to you guys.
Yeah, I think it'll go up. I'll start it for 250. I'm sure I will have competition on that. Yeah, you can show the size difference.
Yeah, so normally they're 4x6. The Sentinel, I made it at 5x7.
Got it.
Color background.
All right, so I guess Mark, who didn't officially put his bid in the chat, is starting. Well, Alfredo, he knows a thing or two about putting a bid in there.
I wasn't worried about
250. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
And again, this is 5x7, not 4x6. Jackson.
Yep.
Halleck.
And a painted background. So.
Yeah, the background is just acrylic wash. Most of these are done in watercolor, but this one has a good amount of acrylic wash on it.
Yeah, Sentinels are my favorite X-Men villain.
Yeah, me too. I grew up with the Neil Adams run where Havoc was destroying them. I love that run and fond memories of that.
Yeah, Sentinels are the best because you feel no guilt.
Trask was the mastermind behind that, obviously.
Yes, exactly. You can tear them apart, and if they can do that to those things, they could be doing that to most of the villains they're fighting against too. But clearly they're holding back. But yeah, no, a lot of it I've gotten. I usually try to get a Sentinel in there if I can, and it probably is the most when you commissions, convention sketches, everybody likes to throw a busted Sentinel head behind somebody.
They're perfect. Like it's just a gift to artists everywhere.
Who doesn't like drawing robots to begin with, right?
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so esoteric Chinese food is at the high bid at $550, and number one Marvel fan comes back in at $600. Remember, this is on 5x7, watercolor, acrylic, and it's fantastic. Now, I assume no sticker for this one, right? Is that, or are you going to make one?
I might. It depends if I can isolate it from the background. It depends how. I think I can do it. I know my way around Photoshop.
Yes, you do. Well, thank you, Tom, for that high bid of $600. We'll let's see. Okay, I had a feeling we might get another one, and we did. Thank you, Jackson Palak. $625, current high bid.
Jackson Palak?
Palak, yes. Paluck. Number one Marvel fan.
Okay.
Yes.
I know. On Jackson Pollock, I'm sure.
Yeah, that's where my mind went as well.
Hey, it's Wonder Effin' Woman in the chat. You're basically neighbors with Wonder Effin' Woman, aren't you? Mark? Yeah?
I'm sorry?
You and Jill, aren't you? You're kind of in the same region, right?
Jill Loudon. You're cutting out. Who am I in the same region
with? Jill Loudon, Wonder Effin' Woman. You're breaking up.
Yes, I'm breaking up. But yes, Jill. I get to see Jill every few months, I think, at least a couple of times a year. Yes, she lives in the Dallas area, and so do I. But she's busy, and so am I. So occasionally, Art will hit the website that she will jump on, but none of my guys have been doing much Wonder Woman stuff lately. So I keep trying to tell Paolo if he does a Wonder Woman like every single time, there's a pretty good chance Jill or our other local friend might end up with it.
The DC story that I'm pitching it is actually a Wonder Woman story. So if I can ever make that happen, I definitely will, do a little mini series. but we just got to make it work.
Well, Ed Jackson Pollock says it's pronounced Pollock. So, okay, you got me on that one. It's not words. It is his last name. So we're at 6:50. I'll say 15 seconds. We'll call this one for number one Marvel fan. Nick is in the chat and he's fawning over Paulo's Thundercats print. So yes, that's it is a doozy. That's for sure.
Well, thank you. Yeah, that one. I mean, I love the Thundercats. It takes me back to when I'm like 4 years old. Just
all right. Well, we're gonna call this.
Yeah, go for it.
Yep, we're calling it. I need to have a bell or something for these things, but it's done. Congrats, Tom.
Awesome. Thank you.
Okay, so what do we close on for
That
Marvel
was
fans?
650. 650. Yes, sir.
Man, my internet is not my friend today.
No, it's your stream looks fine. Everything looks good that way, but yeah, audio can be a problem every once in a while. So next up is the Colossus image. Paul, do you have that one? And let us know.
Yeah, sure do.
For that one too.
Yeah, that one is 4x6. I'll pull it out in just a second.
What about Voltron? You got any love for Voltron? I just picked up this in my comic shop this week.
Oh, nice.
Which is the first Voltron appearance. Unfortunately, somebody put a sticker actually on the comic itself, so I have to get a little help to get that off, I think. But
how old is that?
It's back in the 80s, I believe. It's got a 75-cent price tag on it, so it's 85.
My dad made me a shirt, when I was a kid, with the old school Voltron logo. I need to have him make me another one.
That's cool. Like painted it himself, you mean? With
yeah, I mean, he when I was growing up, he did airbrush T-shirts for years and years. So I have quite a few. I've got this very nice beach scene.
Wait, we could be doing those at OAX if your dad's up for it.
Yeah, I don't think he's up for it.
Like the 4x6 images on a hat.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that would be you cannot get one of those at another con. I guarantee you that. But all right.
I actually saw someone set up for airbrushing one time. This was in New York. Really? I was shocked.
Wow.
But yeah, not too many people do it anymore.
Maybe it's strip malls and things. Well, let's get the bidding started on this one. I guess we'll go with the $250 start price like we did with everything else that we've shown so far today.
And I'm sure it will be signed if it's not already signed. It looks like the scan this is unsigned.
Yeah, I haven't signed it yet. It'll be signed down below on the white.
So we had Brooke B come in at $250, and then Alfredo upped it to $350. Thank you, Alfredo.
Oh, thanks, Alfredo.
And thank you, Brooke.
Alfredo, is he the one that got the Storm Shadow? Maybe.
I don't remember.
Quite possibly. I see he's asking for a full body Snake Eyes. So,
yes, that's him. Yeah. Yeah, this is Alfredo bought the original art for this one.
Oh, here, let me hide this slide, and we can take a look at that. Where is that? There we go. Oh,
yeah. Yep.
That's right.
Yeah.
Now, the original art did not have the background on it. The original art was, the actual classic Hector Garrido painted background that they used back in the 80s. So we just slapped my painting on top of that.
Wow, that is
it wasn't quite that easy. It took a lot of Photoshop work, but we got it done.
Well, Alfredo.
I'm sorry.
I was just saying that I actually have Alfredo scheduled for a collector interview in December. So anybody who hasn't met him yet will get to see him there. But like you said, OAX is the other place to meet Alfredo. He says that was his best buy at OAX.
Oh, nice. Yeah, because it's at the time I thought I was going to do more and I thought I asked them if I could do a Snake Eyes as well, but I guess the opportunity passed. But man, it was fun. You know, I grew up on GI Joe, so it was pretty cool to work on.
Well, they just rebooted the series in the Energon universe, with Skybound Image. So I'm sure if
Yeah.
you wanted to do covers for them, we could make that happen.
Well, that's what it was part of. It was part of the
Oh.
reboot. Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't that the book that it was on was Scarlet #2.
Oh, okay.
Gotcha. But you know, I think what I was doing was a variant cover, and I originally was going to do 2, and I just you know what it was. I signed up for doing 2, and then I found out one of them was going to be with the twins, and I literally didn't have time to paint 2 figures, because when I agreed to the job, I thought it was going to be 1 figure, and I knew I could do that, but 2 figures was twice the amount of work. What are their names? It's not Zoltan, is it? Zoltar?
I'm not sure.
The 2 twins, the 2 twins that are part of Cobra.
We'll have to ask Alfredo. He should know.
Exactly. Let's let everybody know. 15 seconds, and
Josh for the win there. Tomax and however you say that.
Yes.
Damont.
Yeah, it's forwards and backwards. Zoltan is the other guy.
Colin and Josh.
They're like I don't know, Swiss bankers or something. I can't remember their exact backstory, but it's kind of hilarious.
All right. Well, we're giving this one to Alfredo. Thank you, Alfredo. $350. You got.
Thanks, Alfredo.
Zartan. All right. So are we going to do that other piece? I mean, the one you sent me in advance. So do we want to talk about the Spider pieces? How do you want to handle
with the time left? Because what do we have? Like 7 minutes, 5-6 minutes, something like that.
Yeah, I'd say 7 to 6.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why don't we do? What size did we want to do for a pre-list for OAX, Paolo, for an auction?
I'm happy with doing like a couple 4x6s, and then maybe one bigger one.
Okay, so customer choice 4x6. This is an opportunity for you to choose a character and pick it up at OAX 2025. So this is your chance. We don't normally take any kind of pre-list generally, or very rarely that we do. So we're going to bid for, I guess, open it at 250 commission slot for OAX 2025. We'll start the bidding there. Does that sound good, Bill?
4x6s. Oh yeah, that's fine. So
4x6, but customer choice on the piece.
Yeah,
I know somebody who wants a Hal Jordan, but Mikhail gets to get us started. So thank you, Mikhail. And Nick Ferrucci in at $400. Thank you very much, Nick. Oh, and Matt Tutulio and at $500. Yes, it would be a headshot only, right? Similar to what we've been looking at here. No backgrounds, I assume, or what are we talking about? You guys tell me.
This basic format, headshot straight on, but I'll include like a symbol if it needs it. But if it goes for enough, I'll put a color background if they like, more like more like Colossus.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm happy to work with people if they want, something specific like that. Just
now,
know,
we're
like,
sticking with
New York
4x6,
City state.
Alfredo.
Okay. So we're 555 to Mr. Nick Ferrucci. And Alfredo will stick with the 4x6s for now. These will be picked up at OAX. And this is your way of getting exactly what you want. So we aim to please. All right, Matt's back in at 575. Thank you, Mr. DeTulio. I'll be having a panel with Matt after we're done with this panel here, actually. talking OAX, some stuff with Simone Bianchi and Simone DeMeo. They're pre-OAX offerings. Where's OAX? It's in Orlando, Florida, Brooke, the weekend of January 24th through 26th.
Orlando.
It's the perfect time to get out of the cold if you live up north in any fashion. All right. Well, we've got we're at 575, and Nick doesn't like bidding against friends at the moment, but
well, there'll be a second slot, Nick. So,
well, then there you go. Or you just give it to the two high bidders, I guess. Would be the way to. You want to do it that way? We got 4 minutes left. I'll let you defer. I'll defer to you, Mark, on how you want to handle it.
Let's give everybody, I guess, 30 seconds and make them aware. All right, the two highest bidders will get the 2 slots. So if you want a slot, now is your opportunity, because right now it stands and Nick at 555 and
Yes.
somebody else at 575.
Yep.
All right, so these are for the 2 slots. If you want to outbid them, now is your time. You can say piece 1 or piece 2 or whatever, I guess. Just
keep putting in there. Nick has made an even bid so that he's even with Matt DeTullio at 575 right now. So that's our 2 highest bids at the same amount. So we'll say 20 seconds from now, if we don't get any other bids, Nick and Matt will be picking up a commission from Paolo and getting it at OAX this January. What was this? I saw Susan Russo said, "Make it green, Paolo, please." Sure what. Yes, and you're right, Stingray. They're like twinsies. Yep, 10 seconds and we call it. I think we're calling it. I think we can call it. We're not seeing any other bids coming in. So 575 for each, and that goes to
Ed Harris just posted.
Did he?
He just came in late.
Oh, he's asking what are the steps to bidding.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was we were just doing bids for the commission slots, EC. But well, Matt DeTullio wants a black bolt. Go figure. I would never have guessed that, Matt. All right, so are we good, Mark?
All right, so Matt DeTullio, black bolt. And
Nick Barucci. I don't know if he's going to let us know exactly now, or if he'll email after this panel. Yes.
All right.
Hey, just remember, everybody, I want to see them. So Matt and Nick, make sure you show them to me when you're at OAX. I know that turned out great.
Hey, Bill, do you want to just flash the splash page image up to let people know that we will either do an auction or come up with a way to sell this amazing splash page from Amazing Spider-Man issue 60, page 2, the middle page of a 3-page story that Paolo just had come out last month.
Yep. Yeah, I just did a 3-pager, ASM number 60 with Zeb Wells.
Mm-hmm.
It's a throwback to the story we did back in 2009.
And that's 11 by 17 illustration board, pencils, inks, and watercolors by you.
Yeah. Here I've got them right here. These are ink and watercolor and a little bit of acrylic. You know, where I need it.
Wow.
Yeah, I love drawing these too.
That's awesome. Somehow, you need to get one buyer to keep those 3 together. I mean, that's perfect.
Well, right now it looks like one of those is being placed on hold. One of the interiors. So one interior is available, and the splash will be available in the near future.
Yeah, everybody wants to know about the bras. Even when I showed the image the other day, that's the first thing. That's the first comment that comes out when they see that splash page. Do you
Yeah.
freak
So,
with
so
bras?
they're actually in the first story, but they're not rendered as lovingly. So it was in there. It's in continuity. I just, they're a little bit more exemplified this time. It's based on what was a real New York bar, which unfortunately has since closed down. But this is, that's really what it looked like inside. And I gave it a different name in the story. I call it, the Lion's Den, and have the little lion sculpture, wooden sculpture outside. But yeah, it was a real place.
Nice.
So, and if we do a 9x12 OAX slot, just stay tuned on splashpageart.com. We will send it through the email newsletter, how we're going to do that. We haven't got that worked out yet since we have run out of time, I think, for that today.
Yeah, we did, unfortunately.
Do we have this one up on the site yet? The Ninja Turtle one?
You have shown me a picture of it, but we have not put that up for sale yet. So I was waiting for you to ship that to me.
All right. Yeah, I got a big package for you. I have like 9 paintings in a drawer that I can't show anybody. I'm hoping some of them come out by then, because I got a bunch of stuff to sell, but none of it's been revealed yet.
Awesome. Yep. Yeah, super excited about next year. We talked about it last panel, but as Paolo mentioned that he's going to be doing some Magic the Gathering Marvel cards, so don't think we can say much more than that. But
that's about
super
it.
Excited.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. I've really enjoyed it, and I'll be doing some more next year as well.
They have already put out a like 5 secret layer groupings, like 5 cards per grouping. And then the first Marvel set that's been announced is Spider-Man, and it's 4th quarter next year. So they haven't given an exact date yet, but based on their normal releases, probably October. So maybe in time for New York Comic Con next year. We'll see.
I hope so. Like I said, I've done a lot of work for them, and I have some more lined up for next year as well. And it's been a lot of fun. I like the format, and I like the freedom, and it's just nice because it gets me painting in a way that I haven't done for a while.
Well, we all can't wait to see them, Paolo. I hate to
How
say
are you painting?
What's that?
I was just going to ask him. I hadn't asked him before. So is it gouache or is it watercolors? What are you doing?
It's my usual. It's a little bit it's mostly gouache, but usually a little bit of watercolor, a little bit of acrylic, but mostly gouache.
Awesome.
But yeah, fully painted. That's
awesome.
And so yes, we got to go. But the email address for Mark is on screen. Mark@splashpageart.com. If you won any of the auctions that we had today, please email Mark right away. Don't wait till tomorrow, late tonight. Do it now. And I saw Suzaruzo had a question about something, and I'm sure that you can, when you email Mark, you guys can talk about that off stream. And I think other than that, I saw, Nick mentioned the Barry Allen Flash, but he'll probably work that out by email with you as well, Mark. Other than that, you said, there was one of these pages is still available in your booth. The other one is probably going to be on hold. And if anybody's interested in the Slash, I guess that's something you're going to figure out after Comic Arc Live is over with.
And with me going out of town this next weekend, there's a pretty good chance I'm not going to get this package of artwork from Paolo in time. So it will be after December 10th before I'm able to ship the package out. So just to let people know, it will be a little while. Just because I'm about to be gone in Japan and Singapore for 2.5 weeks.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, Mark, you have a fun And I hope prosperous trip to
Thank you.
Singapore. I'm sure we'll talk after
Looking
that's
forward
over.
to
And,
it.
and Paulo, thanks again for doing this, man. It's always fun getting to hang out with you and watch you work. So I sincerely appreciate it. Congrats to everybody who got a piece of art. That's
Yep.
you know,
Congrats to
envy.
everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
Thank you so much for the support, guys. I really appreciate it.
And Paulo,
All right.
we'll talk soon. So thanks, everyone. Appreciate you guys and girls.
All right, I'm moving on to my next panel with Matt DiTullio. I'll see everybody over there. Take care, everybody.